again. We are on the way back to Minnesota from South Bend. It was a good week. A lot of fun. We finished third of 84 entries.
Woohoo!
So we got a podium overall. Yeah. So maybe we can try to go recap and piece together. Hallett was a monsoon.
Thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Lightning delays.
Thunderstorms. Went out in the morning. Did okay. Got what P. Now we're gonna have to look at this.
Whoa. Close. Quick.
Trying to blow up the car. Our browser is going haywire here. All right, let's try this again.
It's dead. It's dead.
This is going well. Okay.
Fortunately, our results browser died
All right.
at the finish.
It's okay. But Joe Kennedy was
Now
still
apparently
hurt.
we're playing the audiobook. Did you see what the browser was doing? It freaked out.
Yes, the car has decided it's done. Fortunately, it's still rolling forward though.
I think the website might be blown up.
It doesn't really matter. We got like 6th and
Yeah.
9th or something like that.
I don't. Hallett. Okay, Hallett. Morning session. I think the weather worked in our favor a little bit. We got third.
It was just rainy the whole time.
It was,
the morning
yeah.
session, it was just rainy. What worked in our favor is that there's lots of short, sporty straights
Yeah. At Hallett.
at
Yeah.
Hallett. So even though the car was terrible when it was turning, there wasn't that much turning to do. And in between, the car accelerates like crazy, even in the wet. It
Yeah.
brakes. It broke well in the wet as well.
Yep. So what we found this week is our setup was very good in the dry, but not very good in the wet. Generally, because it always rains, you want to compromise a little bit. Otherwise, you have to wrangle it all week to try to go back and forth. And we didn't really have the car set up to go back and forth, or you don't really have the time most of the time to reset up the car.
Or know what to do exactly.
I don't know what to do. Right?
Other than that, it was great. We were ready to go.
Yep, exactly. So it wasn't very good in the wet all week, but yes, it was. And then I think you're right. I think we got like 8th in the afternoon.
Yeah, the afternoon one, the only difference was it started to dry a little bit.
Okay.
So some of the people down the order were starting to jump over the top of the people at the top of the order because their track was more dry.
Yeah, we got 6th.
6th.
So, yep, that was a pretty rainy day. And then Heartland Park, Topeka, Kansas. Because that was a short stint. Actually, the drive between Oklahoma and Kansas was sketchy as heck because the car wanted to hydroplane everywhere. And, but we got to the hotel kind of early. It was a nice hotel. And then went out to the pizza place, like you said. Good pizza. See, Heartland Park was 7th in the morning.
7th
Damp track.
with a spin.
That's right. Yeah, Andy looped it.
First spin ever.
We had practice there.
Yeah, it was wet.
It was wet again.
wet for everybody though.
Right.
So the fact that I spun knocked us down a few places, but didn't knock us all the way down.
And then we picked up another. You got the third in the afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon it was
Pretty much dry, right?
It was like 85% dry, except for just a few corners, especially the last one. The last one was like rivers of water pouring across the trail. So it was
drying.
It was drying, and but overall it was like 5 seconds slower than a dry track.
Yep.
And there was lots of people who were getting apexes throwing mud on the track, so there's actually a lot of mud everywhere. As it dried, the mud goes away, and then it's better. For us, it was mostly mud in the afternoon. That was still a pretty good result.
I think so.
Yeah, 7th and then 3rd on the day.
And then all the anticipation build up. The Plaid was going to break all kinds of one-lap records for a drag race and cancel due to rain. Because the rain was rolling in right around 3 or 4 again, and they just decided to have everybody load up and take off. So that would have been helpful because the last road course day was Putnam Park, and that could not have gone worse except for if we would have crashed the car, or it would have started on fire, or it would have broke.
None of those happened.
Do you agree?
Yeah, none of those happened.
Yeah, so besides that, yeah, it was really good that none of that happened, but it couldn't have gone worse otherwise. The morning was wet, like showers on and off. Well, it started out really like damp and misty.
Yeah.
And then the rain came and went, kept the track pretty much like 50 to 60% full wet. And then the car the new surface and how wet it was and the sweeping turns, and the car would not turn.
The guy in our run group went off on the warm-up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was a portion in the run group spun into the swamp. Everybody had to pull back in. Or actually, you guys stopped out on track, right?
Yeah,
At the start finish line.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, and then they had to go pull him out of the swamp. We ran, and I think we got like 6th or something, or 7th.
It was okay.
It wasn't too bad.
And that was with going off the track just slightly in one turn. I might have been on the rubber or something and got way into ABS and couldn't get out of it.
Yep.
And just went off the track at about 6 miles an hour. But it only cost 6 seconds, so.
Pretty sketchy.
Yeah. It was very, very slow. Everywhere except the main straight, because it will accelerate and brake. So I was going 20 miles an hour through some of the corners, or less actually, at 150 miles an hour down the straight.
And the only thing that we can figure is that we just had too much camber, so it was only using the inside of the tire. And especially with the Michelins, if you're only using the inside of the tire, you're not actually using the sticky part of the tire, because the outside third of the tire is the sticky part. So
it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Kind of ugly. And the afternoon only got uglier because it rained all morning. It rained all through lunch. Like, started to kind of get heavier. It rained right up until you guys went out.
Yep.
It was still kind of raining while you were out there, and then it stopped. And then from there, the track was drying the rest of the night. So you were struggling.
It was just as bad as the morning.
Yeah.
Like grip, because we played with the car a little bit. The grip was a little bit better, but there was enough rain and rivers now on the track that the track was slower. Yeah, where those rivers were. And everybody in every run group almost went faster than the previous one.
Yeah.
To the point where the last run group had people in 2nd place, 3rd place, 5th place.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a one-lap thing to have happen. The entire grid gets inverted because of rain.
So we were struggling, and our nearest rival, this Porsche 911 GT2 RS that was catching us, went 10 seconds faster in the next run group after you.
Yep.
So we left a 10-second opening, and like half the rest of the field filled that opening.
Yep.
Other times. So we went from
Which in the NASCAR point value system,
yeah.
every person's 5 points. The fact that we're only 10 seconds behind doesn't matter. Only matters how many people are between them.
Yeah.
And there was a lot. So yeah, we lost 110 points, I think.
I think we were like we were up like 140 going into the day.
Something like that.
Dropped to 110 before lunch.
Yep.
And then we left Putnam with only a 20-point lead.
Yep.
In 2 events. Like 2-3 lap sessions. And of course, we started doing all the math, trying to calculate what we were up against for the next day.
With only one event left.
Yeah, with just the
20-point lead. And a guy that we thought would be really good on the skid pad.
dry
Because he
skid
had
pad.
been in the past.
Yep, they so those guys had been on one lap numerous times, scored top 10s, and yeah, we thought, I think they got in 2019. They weren't there last year, but in 2019 they got like a top 5 on the skid pad. Was that right?
17 or something like that.
We got 17.
No,
I think they got a top 5, didn't they? On the skid pad.
No,
Whatever.
it was 2017.
It was enough to make us nervous.
Yep.
So, got a little advice from Sasha, got a little advice from another competitor, made some adjustments to the car. Andy got himself all psyched up. Just like Andy does.
You do that a lot.
Which
Yeah.
means he just sort
Just like you just did.
he didn't even take a deep breath. He just put his helmet on and went
And
out.
then I went out and scared the crap out of everybody on the roundabouts and the butterfly intersections.
Yeah, warming the tires up.
But it worked. Totally worked.
So, skid pad 1.098 Gs. Good for 5th in that event.
5,000 pound car.
Yeah.
1.089 or 98. 1.098.
And basically sealed it up pretty tight. So, really good driving this week, my friend. Really good driving. And really good car. Car held up really well. It's got a few battle scars and some rattles we'll have to track down, and a whole bunch of road grime and goo and bugs that have to be cleaned off of it. But overall, it's in good shape. And it was a really good run. Thank you to Damian back for his media efforts. Sweet. Thank you again to Mountain Pass Performance. Thank you to Martian Wheels. Who else? If you're interested, check out IJM and some of our links for the One Lap for Freedom drive. And what else? What am I missing?
That's it.
All right.
Thanks to Diane and Kelly
Yeah, thank you
for letting us go.
to our wives. Yep. I think that's all we got for you. Peace.